Alright, cool. So it's game day and you're ready to set Ableton up to for playback, be it for the weekend or any of the events that we've got. So take the MacBook out from the case, set everything up, power it up, log in with the details. You've got the Ableton checklist on your case in case if you're not sure where we are and all that kind of thing, just follow up the setup procedure. First things first, let's just turn off Wi-Fi. Just in case, and then once that's done, go to notifications, scroll up, and just put to do not disturb. Okay. Once that's done, don't forget to plug in your power cable, which is very important to make sure it's being charged at all times. Plug in the audio interface via USB cable. Now for City Campus, East Campus, South Campus, and any of other future campuses, we will be using this device called Complete Audio 6 by Native Instrument. At City and East, we also have an alternative one called a Mo2 Ultralight hybrid device. I try not to use that because it needs like a power adapter. It's a bit funky as well. But the Complete Audio is perfect for what we need to do. So look for the Complete Audio if it's at South or East or any of our cinema campus. It should be in a drawer together with the power cable with the USB cable. If it's City Campus, it would be either in a drawer as well or lying around stage somewhere. Hopefully all patched in. City Campus, South, East, it's all plugged into a cable loom. It's got 4 TRS on one end, which goes into the audio interface, and the other end is XLR plugs, which goes into a floor box or a rack case if you're at South or East. So just make sure you know where it plugs into. So just look at the cable. It's got numbers and all that kind of thing. For the audio interface, for the Complete Audio 6, it's 1 to 4. 1 is for click, 2 is for guide, 3 and 4 is for tracks. Okay. Just make sure that's all you plug in correctly to the back of Complete Audio 6, as well as to the rack case for the other end, so that front of house can receive signal. And then look for the MIDI controller. We've got one MIDI controller at each campus. In City Campus, we've got an M Audio. East Campus, we've got Korg Micro Key. And South Campus is called a Nectar Impact, I think. Plug that in, another USB cable. So you should need 2 USB cables. They're all the same USB connectors, so you can use either one for either device. Cool. Once that's all set up hardware wise, open up Finder, look for the set that you're meant to be playing. So obviously the date is very important, and the campus. So we'll be assuming that we're using City Campus for now. Look for the ALS, the campus project, and double click on the .als file. I've already opened it, and we've got the set list here. First up, go to Ableton Preference, which is in Live Preferences, or Command, comma. Just make sure your audio, you select Complete Audio 6, okay? If it doesn't appear here, just unplug the USB and plug it back in. Just do the usual, check, close Ableton, turn it back on. Even physically look at the Complete Audio 6. It's got lights and stuff blinking. If there's no lights, pull out the cable, plug it back in, use a different cable. Do everything you can to troubleshoot it, right? Just try different cables, try different USB ports and all that. If this still doesn't work, give me a call or try the Mode 2 if you're at City or East. Now, audio input doesn't really matter. You're not recording anything. The other important bit is just make sure you look at output config, click on it, and they're all green. If it's grayed out like that, just switch it on, so enable it, okay? You only need to do it once. Once it's done, it should always be green all the time, but it's worth double checking, okay? So once that's done, check your MIDI. Now, I'm using MPK M2, okay? It's by Akai. The important bit is, under input, look for input MPK Mini 2. If you're at East, it should be micro Korg, so Korg micro keys. In City is M Audio, Oxygen. South is Nectar, Impact. Alright, look for input, and under remote, just make sure you switch it on. Okay, if it's not on, you can't trigger tracks. Okay, I'm pressing some buttons on my MIDI keyboard controller now, and if you see the top right, it's blinking. That means it's receiving signal. Okay, so that means your thing's plugged in and it's working. And obviously, once you plug it into your computer, it will light up. Your keyboard will light up. It's showing that it's connected, it's got power. Again, if it doesn't work, unplug it, plug it back in, use a different port, use a different cable. Okay, so that's switched on, ready to go. Now, we need to configure your outputs. What that means is we need to send your tracks out somehow to front of house. Click on your keyboard, hit tab, or in this button here, you can change it to session view. I like doing this in this view. You can actually technically do it in arrangement view, but I feel like session view just makes a little bit more sense. Under tempo, the bottom bit here is what we want to, it's what we care for. It's audio 2, okay? We don't care about MIDI in, audio from, all of that. Audio 2. So think about audio 2 is output. So we're sending tracks out. So where is it going to? Okay, we look for external out. Under tempo, we hit 1. Under click group, now if we don't have a group, just go for clicks, okay? So these clicks are grouped into 1. Okay, so under click, GR is group. If you can't see it, you know, just expand it kind of thing. Audio 2, external out, 1. Okay, so remember, click always go out to channel 1 or output 1. Now under click and click A, it says audio 2 group. So that means this bit here is attached to this group. So whatever this group is assigned to, these ones will follow the group, okay? You can technically even change it to audio to output 1 or 2. You can, it's up to you. But why? Don't have to do it. Locators, you can leave it. Guide, these are your cues. You go to channel 2, external out, to 2. Okay, now if, this is a very big if, you are at East. If you are running this track at East Campus, it will go out to external 1, okay? Because at East Campus, we do not have enough outputs. For now, that may change in the future, but for now, your click and your guide will be sharing the same output, okay? So channel 1 will be your click and your guide at East only. At City Campus and South Campus, you can assign it to number 2, output number 2, okay? And repeat, you can leave it, you don't have to touch anything, and arm free. All these tracks should be audio to master, okay? And your master out will need to go to 3 and 4. Cue out, you can leave it to 1. Doesn't matter if you forget this, it's okay, but important, master out 3/4. What that means is your track is running on stereo, okay? Left and right, 3 and 4. If for whatever reason it doesn't work, stereo doesn't work, or we've only got one channel only, or a cable is broken, whatever, you can assign it to just 1 mono, so 3 or 4, or wherever you plug it in, okay? Look at your device. So 3 and 4, and your audio output is set, and you hit tab on your keyboard, or you hit the toggle button on top there, and if I play it now, you won't be able to hear anything except for click.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So it's one-sided now, if you can hear that. Okay, so that's all set for output, which is very, very important. Next thing is configure your MIDI controller. Okay, so this is where you can set your triggering. So my MIDI controller is plugged in. I'm going to open the browser on the left, and I'm going to hit Command M for MIDI, or you can go to MIDI at the top right, whichever one. Okay, I'm going to do first song. Click on that one locator. I'm going to hit 1 on my MIDI controller. That's assigned. Number 2, Love So Great. Number 2 on my keyboard. we deleted a song, so we'll follow that. So number 4 is In God We Trust. So whatever you put in your locator, it will make sense to follow the number on your keyboard. 5 is Emmanuel. This should be 6. Let me rename that. I'll get out of MIDI controller first. Rename. 6. Let's see what's the next one. Should be 7. Hosting. 8. Or you can just leave hosting out, okay? Because we've got a hosting label, and ending song will be 7. Oh, sorry, 8. Okay, let's go back to number 4, number 5. I'll go back to MIDI mode. So Command M. Hit locator number 6, and then I'll hit 6 on my keyboard. Locator number 7. 7 on my keyboard. Hosting. I've got a on my keyboard there is a hosting label, so I'm going to hit hosting there. Oops, sorry. Here we go. Ending song is number 8, so hit number 8 on my keyboard. Alright, so the next one is play button. I'll click on play, and then there's on my MIDI keyboard I'm going to hit play, and the stop button, click on that, and I'm going to hit stop on my MIDI keyboard. And this one is quite important, it's follow, so that wherever the part of the song is, you hit on it, you'll know where it is. So click on that, and I'll look at follow on my keyboard. That's a sign. Now, the big one, assigning a fader or a knob on your MIDI controller to master. So click on this one, the bottom right here. So the yellow one's 0, green one's mute and unmute. Okay, so toggle mute. So this is a level. So 0, it's where unity is. So click on that. I'm gonna just hit a fader on my keyboard just to touch it and just assign it. And the other one I want to do is actually guide. Okay, guide, not the mute toggle. I want the volume fader. Click on that one, and I'm gonna hit the same knob that I assigned the master to. Okay, and you see my browser, the note control CC1. That's the note MIDI note on my keyboard. So it's the same knob. Okay, now the max volume is assigned to 6. I'm gonna click on it, hit 0, enter my keyboard. Same thing, 0, enter my keyboard. I'm gonna exit MIDI assign, so Command M to exit. Now let me show you what I've done with the volume knob on the master and the guide. Okay, just look at this 0 here and the 0 on the knob on the master. When I turn it down, they both go down at the same time, and when I turn the fader up, they both go up at the same time to maximum 0. Okay. The reason why we do this is if we fade the track at any given point, it'll go to click only. So just say if we run out of track, if if the worship leader skipped a beat, or the drummer's gone off key, gone off time, and all that kind of thing, we want the track to go off, but have the click still running. But in the same time, we don't want the guide to be telling us chorus where we actually just want to go back to verse. Okay. That'll make more sense once we start playing. So that's all set. Let's turn the fader back up. So that's all set and ready to go. And it's worth testing. So I'm just going to hit 1 on my MIDI controller and hit play. I'm free. It's playing for now. I'm just going to put everything to master, okay? So just so that I can hear it, but you can ignore this. So let's play the first song. I'm free.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that works. Hit number 2. Yep. 3.
Love so great. Love so.
Yep.
In God we trust.
Yep. Emmanuel works. Cool. Let's try hosting
Exalted.
click. Yep, that works. Number 8 for ending song. Perfect. So that's how you set up for the day. Cool, thanks.